Hey everybody, it's Greg Murphy. Welcome back to the Cops Continuum. I wanted to do a quick update on the MaKiah Bryant shooting. There was a second video that came out, video from across the street from the neighbor's house. And real quick for you, those of you that don't know who I am a retired Columbus police officer. I retired in 2012, so I've been off the street for a while. But I worked in a bunch of different divisions. I worked in, on the street. I worked in burglary. I worked in assault homicide. I worked in gun crimes. Worked in vice narcotics. I was on in the Strategic Response Bureau and Enforcement Unit. So I've been around a lot, done a lot of things, experienced a lot of different types of criminal investigations, but I wanted to touch real quick on this video that's coming out from the neighbor's house. And this video does support what the officer did. There's some people out there saying that the video camera from the police officer, from his body cam, was altered or edited. And this video goes hand in hand with the police officer's body cam and shows exactly what happened. Now there's some commentary on here you might have to listen to, but turn that volume up because sometimes it doesn't render onto my video very well unless the volume's up. So let's just take a look and a listen to what's going on here. And this is obviously Fox News, but they kind of break it down a little bit. I'll stop it and pause it and break it down a little bit more, but you'll get the gist of it. Okay, and just like in his body cam, if you watched my first video, I break that down. There was a news conference that was given by Columbus Police Department that showed the video in slow motion, and then it showed it in real time. And slow motion was just to slow it down and show you what was going on, show you how the officer reacted and what he saw, and then it was shown in real time just to show you how fast things happen. We're talking 5 seconds to here, 9 seconds, not 9 seconds, but 10 or 11 seconds to her getting shot. So it was very quick, very fast. Officer did a great job, was aware, saw the threat immediately, is focused on MaKiah. MaKiah's trying to stab this girl here. He's focused on her. He, trains his weapon on her. She tries to stab this girl in the pink. The girl in the pink tries to get away from her. Tries to defend herself, and the officer unfortunately had to make a life and death situation decision and decided to shoot MaKiah. Yeah, so she just said 9 seconds he had to deal with that. And here she's tried to stab this girl already. She's up, she's going after this girl. He's got no choice in this situation. There are a bunch of people out there saying he should have fired a warning shot, he should have shot in the air, he should have shot the knife out of her hand. Shooting a shot into the air is ridiculous. The bullet's got to come down somewhere. So, innocent person walking down the sidewalk, you get hit in the head, innocent kid playing out in the yard, somebody's pet, just all kinds of different scenarios of what could happen if he shot the bullet into the air. And it could have came down here, shot him, or hit somebody else. So, it's very stupid to do that, and to even suggest that it be done. I think Juan on the 5 on Fox News suggested that he should have shot in the air, which is stupid. The guy has no idea what it means to shoot a gun or fire a weapon, or doesn't understand gravity and physics. So, very, very dumb comment. You got people too that have said he should have shot the knife out of her hand. This isn't Lethal Weapon. This isn't a Mel Gibson movie. No one is going to have the skill set. I don't care who you are, unless you're a sniper and it's a very controlled situation. There was a situation years ago when Columbus police actually shot the gun out of a guy's hand, but the guy had repetitive motions and they were training on it. As soon as he had that repetitive motion again, the officer took the shot and shot the gun out of his hand, and it was a pretty awesome shot. So but anyway, shooting a gun out of a hand or a knife out of the hand is unrealistic. You have to have very, very specific circumstances for someone to be able to take that shot and to take that shot accurately. So that's dumb. And also too, with her hand out here, this girl is in his line of fire. So not only is he going to miss the knife, but he's going to shoot the person that she's trying to kill. So, and she is trying to kill her. She's trying to stab her. And I don't think you can hear it on here, but there is a video out there where MaKiah says, "I'm going to stab you, you effing B." So her intent was there. And I'm sure the officer heard that. He knew that she wanted to stab this girl. So he took the appropriate action. An unfortunate situation, but appropriate action, and ended the threat. And, people are saying, why did police officers shoot to kill? Police officers do not shoot to kill. They shoot to stop the threat. They are trained to shoot center mass. They're not trained to shoot guns out of people's hands. They're not trained to shoot knives out of people's hands. They are trained to shoot center mass, and that's what he does. He shoots center mass, hits her all 4 times, and unfortunately, if she dies, officers try to render aid to her. They take her to the hospital, and she passes away. Very unfortunate situation, but the officer had no choice in this. And in Fox News, she's just going to ask the neighbor what's going on. I'm not going to go through that. And he pretty nuts says he feels that the officer didn't have, any other choice. Because if he'd chosen not to shoot, then this girl might have died. And then she might have attacked someone else. She might have stabbed 2 or 3 people. We know she tried to stab 2. And then you got this jerk right here. Apparently this is, I heard that it was her uncle, but apparently it's her father. Yeah, good job, Dad. You're a great example. He's part of the problem. He kicked this girl in the head, so he should be arrested. I don't know if he has been or not, but he should be. So anyway, Dad's a beaming example of a father. So some of you may say, "Oh, you're racist." No, I don't care if this guy is white, black, blue, orange, green, or purple. He's a bad father. Plain simple. And not to bash parents, but apparently this is a foster home, from what we figured out. MaKiah and her sister were both in this foster home. Now, kids are taken away from parents for a myriad of reasons. One is the kids are unruly, meaning the parents can't control them, so they go and they file charges with the Franklin County court system and have the children turned over to the state because the parents can't control them. The states don't do a good job of controlling them either. So, or the kids were taken away from the parents for one reason or another. A lot of times the parents are deemed unfit. Could be for drug abuse, could be for some other type of substance abuse like alcohol, neglect. A lot of reasons why a kid could be removed from a home. But apparently MaKiah and her sister both were in foster care. That's unfortunate. There's a lot of at-risk kids. I guess most of these kids here are foster kids, either living in the house or have lived in the house in the past. I guess the backstory to this is there was a birthday party going on for the foster mother. MaKiah was told to clean up her room and make her bed. Apparently she didn't like to be told to do that. Some arguments ensued, and this is the result. So that's kind of the backstory. Yeah. So there he is. He's just saying he only had seconds, to respond, and that's true. So it's a justified shooting. Hopefully BCI will come out and state that soon. I'm sure I know there's a lot of political pressure. They're worried about protests. There already have been some protests downtown in Columbus. People, these people are marching and saying, abolish the police, get rid of the police. Abolish the police. Abolish the police. I'll tell you what. If this officer is found to be at fault for this shooting, the police are going to be abolished. Police will have no authority to do anything. if this shooting is deemed unjustified. And that, to me, for me to say that just seems ridiculous for me to say that. But I now see it as a possibility, and that scares me. It should scare you too. We've got some case law now with the Chauvin case, where he was found guilty of all charges. That's precedent. That's case law now, and any officer in the future that is involved in similar circumstances can and will be charged under that case law, that past case of the Chauvin verdict and the George Floyd situation. So that's going to make it more difficult for officers to be exonerated from situations where you have someone in their custody and they die. George Floyd was an unfortunate incident. It never should have occurred. George Floyd was not an angel. He was a criminal. He was under arrest for a reason. But the officers should have rendered aid when he said that he had trouble breathing. Part of our responsibility as police officers, when we take someone into our custody, we are now responsible for that person. You got to put your emotions aside. You can't get emotionally involved in it. It's a job. You've got them. They're under arrest. There's this saying of a contempt of cop mindset that some guys get into, and it's easy to happen. You're chasing a guy. They're not obeying your commands, and you just get caught up in the whole thing. But you got to step back, man. You got to step back, and you got to take a different look at it, and you got to be so careful nowadays that you don't overstep your bounds when it comes to physical force and things like that. You got guys second guessing themselves all the time. That's dangerous for a police officer. So it's a bad situation. And like I said, if this situation here with MaKiah is deemed unjustified, then like I said, policing as we know it is finished. It's done. There'll be no way officers will be able to take lethal action against anybody. And I don't think that's going to happen, but like I said, I think it's possible now, and that's crazy to me. But let's listen to some more of this protest. There was another protest that I found earlier. They were marching. They had signs. They said, "We want justice. We want it now. No justice, no peace." These are all just marching and saying abolish the police. So this situation can quickly get out of control. Columbus, Ohio is now on the national map, and you've got all kinds of people out there that are saying it shouldn't have happened. The officers should have taken some different action. You got major media people that are saying that. You got celebrities that are saying that. So we've got all this cancel culture and this mob rule mentality, and this could be the tipping point for some things, and I'm just afraid that that's going to happen, and we'll just have to wait and see. If this was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, this case would already been shut. Officer already have been found to be within policy and justified, and it'd be over with. But I don't see it happening. I'd be surprised if a decision comes out this week because there's so much political pressure. And you look at it, you got all these if you look back here, they're all young people. They're all people, millennials. Do these people not have jobs? Do they not have the responsibilities? Do they not have families? When I was that age, I wish I had the time to go out and protest. Not that I would protest, but you know what I'm saying. What are they doing? I just don't get it. Now they're yelling, say your name, MaKiah Bryant. This stuff goes on. You get the gist of what this is. But I just want to make a quick video of the neighbor's footage that comes out and supports what the officer did. I'm going to try and have a lot more videos. If you like this channel, click the little bell and subscribe and tell your friends. And if you got a video or something that you want me to review, cop video, just send me a email or make a comment. If you want to send the email, it's thecopscontinuum@gmail.com, so you can do that. But anyway, thanks for listening. Like I said, like, share, and subscribe. God bless everybody. Pray for first responders. Pray for MaKiah's family. It's a very sad situation. I don't want to exclude her family and say that they're not hurting, because they are. So this world would be in a lot better place if we all had the attitude of Christ. So remember, do unto others as you have them do unto you. Love your neighbors, love your family, love your kids. Treat people with respect, and that'll take you a long way. I got some stories I might tell about how respect probably saved my life one time. So, or kept me from getting less injured than I got. I mean, I got my knee messed up pretty bad a few years back, but it could have got a lot worse. But anyway, God bless everybody. You guys have a good day. Thanks.